Yes, good people. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Money show on Chelsea Perspective, specifically Transfer Watch. Thank you so much for finding the time to join today. We'll talk about Gabriel Veiga, Andre Santos, Moises Caicedo, Dusan Vlahovic, and Matthews of França, uh, Christian Pulisic, and many other players that are on the market from Chelsea Perspective. But more importantly, I hope you're all doing well, and I appreciate you all finding the time to join us today. Plus, we'll talk about other topics that some of you will bring up when it's time to pay attention to the topics you want to present to us. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, as always, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Transfer Watch show on Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're eating blue, sleeping blue, waking up blue, and overall living the blue life. As for me, that's all I do. More importantly, before we'll start addressing the items I have lined up, I will catch up with what we have in the chat, then share the link with the panelists so whoever has time can join me so we can have a diversified opinion. Excuse me, just give me one more second. I'm still taking a remedy here because my voice it's not 100% yet, but it's getting better by the day. So big up to you, Namaya Fawale. Good morning to you too. I hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And we have I think Oba will be sold eventually. If he stays, I'd be shocked. Good morning to you too, Austin Taisi. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. I appreciate you so much. And here we have Alba shouldn't be part of what? I'm not the team. I don't think he'll be. I think he'll be sold. He's not any younger, and we have too many. At this point, we'll have too many players who can play in that position. But there's also a chance that the manager say, you know what, let's keep him since we need experience. I just don't know what's going to happen, but most likely you could argue Alba will be leaving the club. That is just my opinion. And this one here says, hello, family around the world. I hope you're all good. Gassed this morning after the Nintendo rumors. I mean, the childhood memories plus the retro vibes kid. That would be a dream come true. Speculation at this point. Yeah, that's just the truth. But it may well happen because there's a pattern to the way the Chelsea admin likes to operate. He likes to tease things. So maybe that may well end. It may well end up being Nintendo, but we'll see. Excuse me. Alba must go. Okay, we're not going to dwell on that. We know what's going to happen. Chigaze, always nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this morning. Welcome everyone official to the best page ever after Fabrizio. Hope you're all good. With a great excitement going to be happening soon. We will be discussing about. Yep, that's just the truth. Let me see what else we have here. Please don't forget to like the page and subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't done so, thanks and God bless you all and comply. I appreciate you saying that. Let's see what else we have here. Chigaze, more importantly, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, good morning, my in-law. He says in town for making here so much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you finding time to join. Why is that? Why is it that Chelsea is taking too long to sign up Moises Caicedo? Negotiations are involved, and Brighton want what's best for them. We want what's best for us. So it takes time, back and forth and all that. We're not just going to go there and they say we want 200 million and we'll give them that. And we're not going to get there and we say we have 70 million pounds out and they will take it and say, okay, right, let's put pen to paper and it's done. It's not like that. Negotiations are involved. Yeah, Christopher Mayonde says too long to sign a player. It's not too long. How many weeks into the transfer window, actually? We're barely into it, and it's still a long way to go, so I wouldn't worry myself too much. Good morning to you too, Bad Moose, Batunde, nice to see you, my Niger brother. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Brighton always like doing it to Chelsea because they know it's only us that can pay them what they want. I think that is changing. And the owners, you can say, they've laid the foundation for that to stop. We will not be spending that much money on players in the coming season because we've signed you can say, a crop of exceptional talent that in a year or two will be mature enough to be part of the first team. Yeah, good afternoon, says Mark. He says, good afternoon, coach. I'm really proud of the incoming squad, plus the coaching staff. I'm willing to wait for the team to gel because, we have a deadly team in the future. And currently, if all goes well, and if we prioritize our signing this window, if we're strategic with our signings, not just throw money at players because we have it, I think that will go along. But just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I need to turn on the AC before my camera shuts off. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, people. I'm back already. So we have 19 likes already. And I know some of you are watching, but for one reason or the other, are not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you because you provide a great value to the community. But we want to ask you one more favor, one more tiny bitty favor. If you can, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream. The likes to go a long way. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you like what you're seeing. But thank you. One moment to read this again. Mark says, good afternoon, coach. I am really proud of the incoming squad plus the coaching staff. I'm willing to wait for the team to gel because I know we have a deadly team in the future and currently, if all goes well. And I do believe everything will go well. And more importantly, we just have to be strategic in the market, sign players that will fit into the manager's preferred approach and all that. Let's see. Bad Moose Babatunde says, please. I wouldn't like a Kukurea to go. He's adapting fast and he's still young. Here's the thing. I get it. A lot of people think that you can say he struggled. I wouldn't say he struggled. At the time where you can say we signed him at the time where he joined us and it wasn't long. We started struggling, and the whole team struggled. Actually, it wasn't just him, but unfortunately for him, Chelsea fans, that's what we do. We like to point fingers. We like to isolate players, even at the time where the team as a unit or didn't do well. And actually, if you check the numbers, the team's overall numbers, Mark Kukurea he emerged as actually one of our best performers. But that's, by the way, we move on. I think he stays. If he leaves, it will be down to how much he's earning because the pattern we're seeing is like the club's hierarchy are walking to, you can say, to cut down the club's wage bill. And he earns he's one of the top earners at the club. But let's see what happens. That's, by the way, let's see what else we have here. My humble fellow Chelsea fans, so please don't forget to like if you haven't. Please do that. Would really appreciate that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 22 likes already. Let's get it up to 100 and shoot for 200 if possible today. And I know we can. All right, let's see what else we have here. I think it's about time we started addressing the items we'll have lined up. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm still struggling a bit with the cold symptoms. So every now and then I will go off camera to take care of business. Live, what's that? Live. I can't. Let me just call you live. I can't see that properly. Well, Nicholas Jackson will be starting next season. I think he will. Maybe not. It depends how we end the transfer market. And the good thing for him is that he's capable of playing essentially and also on either flanks as a winger. So there will always be a place for him in the team, given you could argue he's one of the most experienced players. I know he's still young, but he's played quite a lot of games. He's garnered enough experience to count as the most experienced, one of the most experienced players we have on the team. If that makes sense. Name your best three front three attackers. For me, I'd say if I'm going by what we have right now, I'll go Nicholas Jackson centrally, on the left Mihailo Mudryk, or Raheem Sterling on the right, Madueke or someone else. I'm not sure who that someone else will be. But that's why when we move on, and please remember, always keep the topics aligned. If you're contributing anything that's not aligned with the current topic, then I will skip your comment. And if you look on the screen, usually we have something that tells you either a picture or a tweet or some article that's aligned with the current topic. If that makes sense to you. Big up to you to Santiago Muno. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. 23 likes. Looks like we'll get it to 100 as soon as possible, but let's try and shoot for 300 likes today. I know it can happen. And we have Santiago, I do hope you're doing well. Joseph Wandera, he says, we need a backup for Madueke. Let me educate you on something. We don't use the term backup here. Why do I say that? We need competition for every player that you prefer to start. Why do I prefer the term competition? Here's the reason. Teams like Manchester City, whenever a player gets injured, whoever comes in and does a good enough job, or even does a good job, an equally good job, or even better job than the person that's out of the team, if that makes sense. So you want two competing players. You don't want one as a backup and one as a starter. We've had that issue before in the past, where we had Reece James and Ben Chilwell as the starters in the fullback or wingback positions, if you prefer. The moment they got injured, our season was done, if that makes sense. So that's why we prefer to use the language competition. So when the preferred player isn't starting, whoever comes in does an equally good job, or even an even better job, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. 23 likes, we're moving, but we should be faster than that. Let's get it to 100 and shoot for 200 as soon as possible. I appreciate you all. Let me see. What else do we have here? Okay, just talking to live there. Let's see what else we have here. Should we buy a new goalkeeper? I think we should, in my opinion. After losing Edouard Mendy, we have an inexperienced Gaga Slonina. No matter how good you think he is, I think he'll probably end up not getting a chance to start as much as he should to continue developing properly as a young player. So I think he should go out on loan. But let's see what the club does. And I think we're looking at a goalkeeper. Rumors are that we're seriously considering signing Portuguese international Diogo Costa, who's a fine goalkeeper. I was questioning his ability on the ball, and I've been told by my bro and friend DJ Sav that he's actually good on the ball. But I don't know him that well, so I was you can say waiting to find time to research him more to see how good he's on the ball. It turns out he's good with this distribution too. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Here's a question, okay, from Chigozie. He says, Oscar, if you prefer, please, coach, I hope you have a bottle of warm water. Yeah, that's the remedy I talked about here. Close to you, and you need to take Tum-Tum too. Yeah, no Tum-Tum here, but I have similar products that I'm taking to clear out my throat. Yeah, I'm doing that, bro. Thank you so much for suggesting that. Do it for us and take good care of yourself. Thank you. I appreciate that. And be ready to host. Let's see what else we have here. I'll just call you David. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name. Is it Okavi? Okabi. Honestly, where do you rate us among the top 6 clubs? Please, an honest rating. You always get that from me. Here's the thing. I think with just a few signings, if we get a midfielder, Caicedo, and if we can get Caicedo, isn't traditionally a defensive-minded player. He is more of an 8 or box-to-box midfielder. I know he's versatile enough to play in a fullback position. We've seen that at Brighton. But here's the thing: if we can sign him and sign another who's a traditional defensive midfielder, the player that in question doesn't necessarily have to be a defensive midfielder. If they are defensively solid, that will go a long way. And a goalkeeper, I have to be honest, even if you argue that Kepa is good enough to guard the sticks, but between us, we still need, you can say, a competition for him, or an even better goalkeeper. Do I think Kepa is good? I think he's good, but I think we can do better than Kepa Arrizabalaga. And then I think we need, you could say, a number 9. I know we've signed Jackson, but I'm not too sure whether we'll sign him to play in the number 9 position for us. I just don't know. If we can get a player like Vlahovic, then you can say we are as good as every other team except for Man City. You can say we can become as good. Let me just, the better phrase. We can become as good as every other team in the Premier League. We have to be just as strategic with our signings here and there. And chances are we may need a defender or two, a centre back or two, and we may need wingers too, because we're losing Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech most likely. And in the midfield, we need up to 3 signings. So we need those signings to, you can say, to be on par with them, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. I would like Chelsea to sign Turkey. Everybody have been singing the name Turkey. They've been waxing lyricals about him. I think he's good from the little I've seen, but I need to see him more. But the scouts, they do know those players are better than the average Chelsea fan. If we're going for him, then they've looked at him and felt like, I think we need him. But at this point, it's all rumors. I haven't seen anything to suggest we're seriously going for him, if that makes sense. Christopher Mayonde, the squad will be good. Chelsea should not give away Cowell to any team in England. Levi Cowell, I think he comes back. I don't see, again, I was thinking maybe signing Caicedo will be so difficult that we'll decide to ask Brighton if they, to bring to the suggestion to the table that since they want Levi Cowell, that we want to factor him, the transfer of Levi Cowell, into our pursuit, into the negotiation for Moises Caicedo, if that makes sense. But it doesn't look like we want to let him go. We like him that much, and hopefully he agrees to put pen to paper. And a few days ago, we heard something to the effect of the club has offered him a new contract, and he's taking his time to consider that. He wants to speak with the manager. He wants to see what the club does in the transfer market to be sure whether he has a starting place. He'd have a starting place at Chelsea if he comes back, if that makes sense. So let's start addressing the items we have lined up. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 30 likes already. Let's get it to 100 and shoot up for 200 as soon as possible. I know we can. I appreciate you all. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Right. This is the first item. Not the blog. This one here. That's the first item we have lined up. This says that Chelsea will listen to offers for Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah. Callum Hudson-Odoi is also expected to leave. In the case of Callum Hudson-Odoi, there's nothing new there. A few days ago, we did see a report saying to the effect of him wanting to leave the club, and the club also willing to have a conversation with him, come to an agreement and terminate his contract so he becomes a free agent and joins whatever club he wants to join. So there's nothing new here. For me, one player I'd really want to stay is Trevor Chalobah. I don't think we should sell him, but that's just my opinion. But I think everything comes down to him. He's not one of the top earners at the club. But you could argue, when did he sign his new contract? Actually, was it under the new ownership or under Roman, his current contract? I'm not too sure. There's a good defender in him. He's actually a good player. And for instance, he was one of our best defenders before the World Cup. But after the World Cup, I just cannot. For Tom, I don't. Again, it wasn't clear to us why Graham Potter decided not to use him as often as he used them before the World Cup. So that may well be a concern for him, because I didn't see anything he did wrong before the World Cup, and then after the World Cup, then boom, they got dropped on the bench for no reason. Because Potter didn't explain his decision. He's a good player. He's still at that age where every now and then you still see that mistake that is very common with players at this age. But unfortunately, Chelsea fans, they're not that patient to understand that a player at the age of Trevor Chalobah will make such mistakes every now and then. But you can see sometimes if you put aside those mistakes, you could argue that he's actually matured beyond his age. So, but if you're in the chat, let me know what you make of this list here. The list includes Conor Gallagher, Trevor Chalobah, and Callum Hudson-Odoi. For the one, Callum Hudson-Odoi being on the list here, to me, isn't nothing shocking there. I expected that to happen. He's one of the top earners, even though he hasn't played for us that much. He's earning quite a lot, around 150 per week. So you let me know your opinion on the list we have on the screen here. Oku saying, make it to 100, guys. We can make it to that amount. My fellow fans, please, let's keep dropping the likes on the stream. And also, those of you that are watching and not able to participate in the chat, if you can do us that favor, it takes only a second to drop the like on the stream. Excuse me. And believe me, nobody will know when you do that. But big up to you. Kim So, I appreciate you finding the time to join. I hope you're doing well. Gary Milbaum says, breaking news, there's now a total agreement between AC Milan and Chelsea for Christian Pulisic via 86_Longo. Thank you for that update. But that's a source. That's a source I do not know, actually. But I believe, yeah, I did see something similar. And okay, let's see. Hopefully, what we learned yesterday from Fabrizio Romano is that there will be further meetings there will be a meeting between AC Milan and Chelsea Football Club today as they seek to find an agreement for the transfer of Christian Pulisic. Good day, bro. I appreciate you finding time to join. Kachila and everyone in the stream. Remember, people, if you haven't already, smash the like button, please. Click on the like button. Whatever you want to do with it, just let's see make a contact with the like button, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And my bro here, Chelsea, meet your boy. I appreciate you, meet your boy. Big up, coach. Thanks for your congrats on my friend. I mean, that's what the little I can do, the least I can do at this point. But hopefully, we will get find time to arrange for a collaboration, because you know Chelsea quite well, and I appreciate you doing that. But thank you for always supporting the channel, brother. And if you can, Mishi, do share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. What else do we have lined up here? Let's see. Anything else? Big up to you too. Okay. I like your avatar, but I'm not gonna say it. I am on loan to United. Okay, enjoy it and come back when you deem fit, when you feel it's necessary. But I appreciate you. What else do we have here? Please like the page and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you saying that. We're at 40 likes already. We can get it to 100 as soon as possible. Working but listening, like secured. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother, for saying that. Now United are taking London best callers. Okay, that's just your opinion. What do you think of Caicedo? It's up to the manager. I've seen him play, and the truth remains him, Caicedo, and what's the other player's name? And Andre Santos. If you watch them play, you can say you can say they're both mature beyond their age, beyond their respective ages. But the truth is, they're both at the same in the same age bracket right now. Loan or both, but I don't know. If we keep them both, to me, honestly, I will not complain. I think they're good enough, but they need some minutes. You could say to get up to that level that we want them, because the truth remains the Premier League is a different animal from the under-20s or the Championship and all that. Please, Chelsea should not sell Chalobah. He's really good, and Gallagher, but loan him. Then let's see what the club does. And let's see, keep Odoi. I don't think the club will keep Callum Hudson-Odoi, unfortunately. And we've been told that he wants to leave in the club. Chelsea are also willing to terminate his contract so that both parties can go their separate ways, if that makes sense. Gary Milbaum, nice to see you. Really worried what message is sent to Cobham kids if Connor and Trevor are sold as well as Mount. Here's the thing. We're required to meet a certain quota. We're required to have a certain number of homegrown players. So which means if they leave, there are others that will come in. Club, we're not looking to sell Trevor Chalobah, and he's not looking to leave. So that one, I don't know what to make of that. I've read something to that effect. But I think we value him. The club values him. And let's see, it's up to Pochettino to decide now. But I want him to stay. Gallagher, I've always known his case is a bit tricky, but there's a chance he's one player that will see him, you can see, becomes our own Dele Alli, maybe, for lack of a better term. I think he's that sort of player that Pochettino may well try, to mold into a more polished player, because there's a good player in him, but he's still a bit raw. I know Potter didn't mind that much, and Frank Lampard didn't mind that much because, they value the energy he brings to the team, the amount of running he does on the pitch and the pressing and all that. But beyond that, I think there's more to his game, but he just needs, to be properly coached to become that player that I personally believe he can become. But that's by the way. We'll move on from that. If I don't see anything regarding this particular topic, I'm going to move on so we can address the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. We're at 44 likes, which means we need 56 more to get it to 100. And pardon me, let me take a sip of my drink here. The remedy being specific so I don't lose my voice. Yep, thank you. What else do we have here? Colwell has to stay, so Chalobah should go. Yep, that may well be the case. So if we're letting him go if we're bringing in Levi Colwell, I'm not going to complain too much. But if we can accommodate them all, fine. Since Khalid Koulibaly have left, since he's left for Saudi Arabia, but it's up to the managers to decide. We'll find out. You can say very soon. It won't be long. But there's a chance Gallagher stays and Chalobah stays too. Well, we don't know. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's look at the next item we have lined up. And if you can, if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 13,000 subscribers right now. We're 12,854 subscribers, so about 100 plus to get it to 13,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen and shoot for 14,000. But thank you more importantly for all your support. I appreciate that. Let's see what other item we have lined up. The next item, so to speak. All right. This is contrary to something we read yesterday, suggesting that a Saudi club and some of the European clubs are interested in signing Raheem Sterling from Chelsea Football Club. And let's answer this question first. Do I think that Chelsea will be looking to sell him? Maybe. And if that's the case, then it most likely will be down to how much he's earning, because I think it's either him or Romelu Lukaku. Either of the two players is a top earner at Chelsea Football Club. But I'm not too sure if it is him. But here's the thing. There's a chance that's the case. There's a chance also the club understands that we have too many young players and we need a mix of experience and youth to do well, not just all youth. And I know they know that quite well. So we don't know. But do I think there will be clubs interested in signing him? Maybe Newcastle United. They may well, look at him and say, you know what, we want to take him just as a statement signing, but I don't think so. His salary would be an issue. And at this age, you could argue he wouldn't be looking, you could say, it's not about football that much anymore. It's about money. It's about securing his future. And it would be about earning as much money as he can to be, again, you could say, to secure his future, as simple as that. But let's see what the club does. I'm not shocked that no club is coming for him, given how much he's earning at Chelsea, because usually when players move on, they look for a pay rise and not the other way around, except for younger players who still looking to play to convince their national team manager, something like that. For instance, in the case of Christian Pulisic, he's agreed to take a pay cut to join AC Milan. But we're saying that Hakim Ziyech, for instance, will not take a pay cut to join any team. Even the Saudis, or you could say they're trying to take a 40% from the initial offer they had on the table for him. He's refused to take it because he doesn't care. It's about money for him at this age. You only enjoy football that much in primary school when you can say it's not about money at the time. You just love to play. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that particular topic. I think he stays. Let's see what else we have here. Jerry Z is in the house. And Jerry, if I lose my voice trying to say your name the way I like to say it, I'll hold you responsible. So yeah, by default, that's the case anyway. Let's see. The coffee is brewing. Poch is leading the way. Training has begun, and the skies are filled with a mix of sun and clouds as we embark on our tour to the United States. Exciting times lie ahead. It's as simple as that. I'm excited. I know Poch will do well. Yeah, I get it. I've always said I don't expect too much, but I expect us to do better than a lot of people expect us to do. It's simple as that. It would just have to be strategic with our signings in the current transfer window. 49 likes, 51 to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. I appreciate you all. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Jerry Z, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Sterling said he doesn't want to leave. Yep, I think we're seeing that. He wants to stay. And fight for his place. He's excited about working on the Mauricio Pochettino. Just give me 1 second, people. I'll be right back. Yep, sorry about that. My throat is still itching, so every now and then I need to go off camera to take care of business. Yeah, I think I did see something to that effect. Sterling wants to stay. I'm not shocked. I will give Sterling a second chance this season. Look, I haven't given up on him. I know there are things about him that I don't like, but his experience. And one thing you can always get from him is the intelligent runs. Every now and then you get that from him, and if you can find him. Chances are you can say at least 70% out of 70 out of 100 times he gets you goals or do something nice with the ball. But yeah, that's just that. Jerry, I appreciate you. Sterling might be our new number 10. I don't think he plays in that position. Probably still play on the flanks. It's as simple as that. And Kunku is there. He will make a better 10 for me. And at Chelsea, Sterling, when playing on the flanks, has actually been more effective for us. Even at City, you can argue he's been more effective when playing on the flanks, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what other items we have lined up here. If anybody has anything else to say about Raheem Sterling, do say it before we switch to the next item. We have lined up, and 51 likes, 49 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. We can do that. But if the club is open to selling him, we should get a proper replacement and not a youngster. Yeah, we should get an experienced, you can say, replacement, and not just a youngster who hasn't, you can say, garnered enough experience to help us do well. Because we have too many young players right now, and we need a mix of experience and youth to do well in the coming season. We don't want to experience, you can say, the sort of thing that Arsenal fans experienced in the past season, where they led the league beyond the halfway of the season and then end up bottling it. You can say that my argument is that was down to lack of experience in depth, if that makes sense. They do have some experienced players within their ranks, but you can argue not enough. They had the spirit, they had the commitment and all that, but it turns out you need more than that. I think they've learned the hard way. They need more than that to win the league. I have a feeling that tonight a Pulisic to AC Milan will be done. Or here we go. I couldn't agree more with you. I actually did write an article, a new article on Chelsea Perspective blog with regards to the meeting scheduled today that will take place between AC Milan and Chelsea Football Club to find, you can say, to close the deal maybe But let's see what happens. Let's see what else we have lined up to discuss after the Raheem Sterling topic. All right, this one here, it's with regards to our pursuit of Moises Caicedo, the most talked about transfer this window. You can say a lot of people are feeling like it's taken us 1,000 years. I don't think that's the case. Remember, we just started, you can say we just established a direct contact, I think, a week ago or two, so not quite long, and negotiations are involved, a lot of back and forth and all that, with each party involved in the negotiation seeking an outcome that will benefit them. So it's usually not easy, especially for, you can say, a high profile transfer like this one in question. Let's see. I think there's an update in the chat for us by Neighbor. Let me see what he says. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Good morning, Coach, and everyone in the community. I appreciate you, brother. And sorry I haven't gotten back to you, but I think there's a chance I may have the time to do that today. But I'm looking forward to the next video you have planned. We can work on that together. This says breaking news: a total agreement between AC Milan and Chelsea for Christian Pulisic, Daniel Longo. I think I've seen that. Somebody have already said that in the chat. But more importantly, Neighbor, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. 100 million for Moises Caicedo is a big joke. I don't think we're going to pay that. And according to Felix Johnson, I think it's not correct. I think, but we're not too sure what's going on, but we'll find out sooner than later. It says for Caicedo is a big joke. With the same money we can get a Chomeni from Real Madrid, there's a chance, we'll get him for a lot less than 100 million. But the question is, does the manager want him? I understand. I get your opinion though. And Chomeni is 20 cheaper than Caicedo. Yeah, but let's see what the club does. AC Milan have reached a full agreement with Chelsea to sign Christian Pulisic on a 4-year deal. Thank you for also saying that. And Paranjapi, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. He says we should not pay 100 million for Caicedo. It's too much, and I don't think we pay them that much. Also, I think it's just people, basing their judgment. You can say that you can say rumor stems from how much Arsenal will end up paying for Declan Rice. So people are speculating that Brighton, they will be asking something in that region too. Given that Arsenal will pay 105 for Moises Caicedo for Declan Rice, that Brighton will be asking something close to that amount or even bigger. But I'm not sure that's the case. But let's see what happens. AC Milan, okay, that news. Chelsea will receive a package worth £90 million and add-on from AC Milan. Contract until 2027. Medicals and contract signings will soon follow up in the coming days. Nothing shocking there. I think we knew eventually he will end up going to Milan. That's because he himself wants to go to AC Milan and have agreed to take a pay cut to join them. And once a player wants to join a certain club, it's difficult to sell them to another club, if that makes sense. We could have gotten more from Lyon had it not been that he prefers to join AC Milan rather than any other club. Glad that our board has learned mistakes from the last 2 windows, not to buy in a hurry, to accept the price from any other club. Even the sales so far have been good. And in the case of Pulisic, if anybody argues that we're selling him for cheap, well, if you let him stay, then in January he'd have the right to talk to other clubs and probably end up leaving as a free agent. And then, that will be even more painful. Or our brothers here, big up to you too. I think he hasn't. I haven't seen anything from him. But in most cases, you can say some people call him the top-in merchant. I wouldn't call him that. He just likes to be cautious with his reports, if that makes sense. If Caicedo's deal is taking long, we should apply a loan. Okay, apply a loan with an obligation to buy. By then, his price will reduce. I don't think Brighton will agree, if that makes sense. And that's, by the way, but I guess it's a good idea, but I don't think they will agree. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 60 likes. You people are absolute legend, and I cannot thank you enough for 60 likes and just having not up to 1 hour into the show, actually. Like and subscribe and visit our blog, a part of Chelsea Perspective. Please go check it out. If you're in the chat, from Chigozie to Gary Milbaum to Rito, my friend there, and to every other person in the chat, if you haven't, please go check out our blog. Be sure to subscribe. Just sign up and also leave a comment. Read the last 2 articles, all 3 articles. I think 3 of them you enjoy them all. 2 of them are by Jerry Z, and the last one, the one I published last night, yeah, of course, by me. I think you'll like them. Leave a comment, and I want to try and be publishing new articles on transfers every day, as much as I can. I think I'd be able to do that because I usually write the description for the videos, for the live shows, and it will take a little bit of tweaking to get it to become an article for those of you who like to read. So I will try to be doing that on a daily basis. So read those articles, leave a comment, which would really appreciate that. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Angelo Z, thank you so much for all that you do for the community. Hopefully we'll grow to an extent where, yeah, we'll be able to pay you. But I appreciate you so much. So we're moving in from this one. Let me just read it once more. It says, Chelsea intend to hold firm during negotiations over Moises Caicedo, with Brighton demanding at least £100 million. Their demands have cost talks with Chelsea over Caicedo to move slowly this week. I think they will find a solution. And I did see some of the reports suggesting that both clubs are seeking a solution, you could say, to get it done as soon as possible. In Brighton, the sooner this saga is over, the sooner they have the money to look for a replacement if they don't have one already. But that's, by the way, let me see what else we have in the chat, and we'll look to move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 81 people watching, and we still have just 64 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes today, so be our hero and give us one more like. Chelsea has to sign midfielder who can shoot for goals, unlike Jorginho and Kovacic. You could argue we have that in Santos and Caicedo. The 2 of them, they do score quite a lot from the midfield. But the question now is, will they suffice? I don't know. It's up to the manager to look at them during the training sessions and the preseason tour in the US and figure that out. But let's see what happens. Here we have Giovanni, after saying, big up, guys. Mount's sure looks good in red. Okay, let him enjoy it. He will cook at Manchester United. Good luck to him. But not bad luck to him when we play against them. I think Reece James will be the next homegrown to stab us in the back. I don't think he will. He's on a long-term contract. In this case, if anybody wants him, and if Reece James wants to leave, then probably we'll be looking for 200 million plus. But that's, by the way, while Coach Thanks, I really appreciate this honor. I appreciate you more for all the support, brother. I have to say that you've done quite a lot. Always find time to support the channel whenever you can. Mr. Troublemaker is in the house. Always nice to see you, brother. Don't underrate Tony Bloom, Coach. With Union SC, he asked also too much for their players, and he's the boss over there too. Yeah, I'm not underestimating him. He's also dealing with a smart man too. So, but let's see what happens. Good point right there. But I don't think we'll pay 100 million for Moises Caicedo. You can argue again, will there be an outcome where we end up paying that much money? Okay, to that I'd say it depends on how desperate we are. Are we desperate right now? Maybe. I don't know. Chances are there are other options that we're talking to, just as Fabrizio Romano reported a few days ago. We're talking to a lot of midfielders behind the scenes. And it's just that you can say there are leaks, you can say, pointing us to those players in question, if that makes sense. Let's see. You say, even my English is not that good, but it doesn't matter, bro. You're able to communicate effectively, and every time you have something in the chat, I'm able to understand what you're saying. But much love to you. I know everyone that's, you can say, that always joined in the chat. I think I know them by name. Yeah, you can say I feel like I've met them and trust them enough. So, but thank you, and I appreciate you accepting being a moderator on Chelsea Perspective. Chelsea says, why don't we trade Cucurella into the Caicedo deal? They need a left back. Do they tell you they want Cucurella? We don't know if they want him back. No, I don't think they do that. They want money. They were able to do well without him, actually. Do you have a WhatsApp group chat so we can join it if we haven't? I think I'm planning on again. I'm trying to figure out the most secure way to do that. Because some people are very private. They don't want their numbers exposed to strangers they haven't met. They haven't met in person, if that makes sense. But reach out to me via Twitter. Let's see how what we can do about that. Tony Bloom is playing with us again this summer. He thinks that Chelsea is there. You can say, yeah, their biggest sponsorship. Yep, you can argue that when you see your biggest customer, then you up the price. Even though you'd be telling them, look, we have a good relationship here, and I'm trying to sell you this at a good price. It's all horse to do. When you see a big spender, you know, and you want to get, you can say, milk them as much as you can. And Code Web is in the house. Big up, Code Web. Nice to see you. And if you're using I don't know if an Android phone, or if you're on a Chrome browser, you will see a heart icon at the bottom of the chat window. You select it, then click on it. See it now. I'm clicking the heart icon. You can click that. You can click this one here. You can also click the 100% icon. Please, if you can do that, that will go a long way. It will trigger the YouTube algorithm and get it to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we'll have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 68 likes. We're getting there. Let's make it happen. Let's get to 100 and shoot for 200 as soon as possible. I see Poch and Chile pictures together. The most from the training. I think I did see that too. But I know what you're driving at. You're trying to suggest that probably he prefers Chile over Cucurella. No, that's the case. No, I don't think that's the case. We need the two of them, except if we're really, you can say, if we want to keep, what's his name, Ian Matson, if we want to keep him in the team and not get him to put pen to paper for a new contract and send him out on loan, then either of Cucurella or Ben Chilwell must leave the club to create space for Ian Matson. But I don't think I'm not too sure what the club, what Chelsea are going to do. Pulisic will sign a 4-year contract with AC Milan, and that's Ben Marvelous. I like that name, Ben Marvelous. I think I have. I have a friend called not a friend. My friend goes by that name, but the name that comes to mind, I think, is a Nigerian musician called Marvelous Benji. Veiga is not good enough for us. I said, Hamid, can you elaborate why do you think it's not good enough for us? To me, I think he's a good. If we end up signing him, I'd say probably he'd be a good replacement for. Mason Mount. He's a more, you could say, right? You could say he's the more technically gifted of the two players. Even if we are desperate, CFC shouldn't bow down to the Brighton jokes and about Caicedo. I'm going to say this again. I've said it before. I think we'll pay them anything close to 100 million. Brighton will prefer cash to having Cucurella back. They will buy another left back at a very cheap. Yeah, exactly. At 5 million, and clubs will price such players for 80 million after one season or so. Yeah, and they have the luxury to do that. As for us, we need to win trophies and all that. That's why we pay premium to getting players in most cases. But I think we've laid the foundation that in a few years we will not be spending that much money on the market, if that makes sense. But thank you for putting that there, my bro. Chelsea deal close to being completed. The Pulisic deal, yeah. Chelsea should get a Florian Wirtz of Bayer Leverkusen, Gabriel Veiga of Celta Vigo, Milinkovic-Savic to replace Caicedo. Okay. Or instead of paying that much money for Caicedo, Anaman, Edson Alvarez, and Mohamed Kudus of Ajax. Alvarez, isn't he on his way to Dortmund if he hasn't joined them already? I don't think Alvarez is still available. Plus, he said some nonsense about Chelsea. Yeah. Let's see. Coach, the formation Poch will using the US store will signal what he should expect, what we should expect from him. I don't think so. I think he will probably experiment, and I think he'd mix it up. Constantine Dante, always nice to see you, brother. Not quite there yet, so I can't say your name as excitedly as I love to say. Chibla always likes to call me then, and when he doesn't, I'd ask him for his ID. Let's see what else we have here. And please welcome the new moderator in the house, Rido. Rido, I appreciate him. He's been following the community for a while, and I appreciate how civil he's been. So I trust him well enough to make him a moderator. Feeling much better, coach. Feeling much better, but the truth it still itches a bit. That's why I have the remedy by my side. This is madness. Just buy Chomeni for 16 million. I don't think you're getting Chomeni for 16 million from Real Madrid. I don't think so. They are going to take a left back from Union and make them good at Brighton. Mitoma and Ondav are good examples for their project. I love Mitoma, actually, and here's one player I'd like Chelsea to go for, but he'd probably be too expensive. Alvarez is gone. Thank you for reiterating that, Mitchell Boy. Let's see what else we have here. I think Santos will stay. He's a very good midfielder. By the way, you have liked the video. Thank you, Hamid. I appreciate you doing that. Sangare, Ibrahim Sangare. I've actually forgotten about him. We wanted him last transfer window, but it looks like he's extended his contract at PSV. Correct me if that's not the case. But I think he has. Probably won't come cheap. But we're not looking at him anymore. I'm not too sure. Maybe we are, but we've been told that we're looking at other targets that nobody knows about behind. No, that you can say we the fans, we just don't know. But the case of Caicedo is just obvious. He'll be a good. I actually like Sangare. I like Ibrahim Sangare really. How would you judge the success of the preseason? I don't judge preseasons that much. But if there are signs that things will be bad, I will know. If signs are that okay, this is one of those preseason games, nothing bad, lots of positive to take from it, and then I would know. For instance, the preseason before last season's preseason, I knew it was going to be a long one, but not as long as it turned out to be. If that makes sense, it's with ration of preseason games are a good indicator. No, not really, because sometimes managers do experiment. If that makes sense, I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. It's more of the form of the players than the wins or formation of the team. I think that's more of it. We need to go buy Kieran Thuram as soon as possible. Liverpool pulled out. For some reason, maybe, I'm not too sure why. I don't follow Liverpool that much, but let's see. I'm not sure if we're interested in Kieran Thuram, but turns out a lot of people have been singing him praises. It looks like he's that good. I don't know him that much. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And also, we're at 70 likes, 30 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And I think it is you that's mentioned that he's tall, he's physical too, and will make a difference. So Bobby will be proud of him. And DJ, big up to you, brother. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. And DJ, just quickly, to start you up immediately, this report here, I don't think you need to, let's start you with this one quickly if you have anything to say. This was saying that Callum Hudson-Odoi is also expected to leave. We know that, but it starts with Chelsea will listen to offers for Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah. I don't know if you want to add anything to that. The one for Callum Hudson-Odoi, that's not shocking. That's nothing new there. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, or should we move on?
Hello, Kichilla. Big up to everyone in the comments.
Yeah. Sorry for asking how you're doing.
That's all right, man. I hope you're keeping well.
I can't complain.
Listen, I think I said it before about Chalobah. I think for me, he probably is out the three. I'd probably keep him probably. I think we've said it already on this already. We can't afford to go next season especially with the injuries that have been happening to Fofana and to Badiashile. Yeah, we can't afford to have another one happening. And if any of those two get injured next season, we will need at least someone as a backup there. Now, whether it's up to Chalobah, as I think people have said in the comments, it's up to you. I think you said it as well. It's whether he wants to stay and actually fight for that position, or if he wants to stay and be happy to be a squad player. Obviously, we all know with the World Cup or the Euros coming from around the corner, he might want to get into that England squad. So it's a big one. I hope he stays. I wouldn't want him to leave. On Conor Gallagher, I think he's another one divides again. He divides opinions with a lot of the fan base. Again, I hope if we can keep him, excellent. But I can understand that a lot of clubs are looking at him, and I think if the right price was to come in from, I don't doubt it. I think the club will sell him. If it's especially over 50 million or more, I think the club will sell him. But I'd say, but if he stays, I'll be happy. And as for Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think we've already said this already. It's more than likely he's probably going to be the one that goes more out the three. They'll all. I mean, if you're asking which one will be going the first, I think it'll be Callum Hudson-Odoi first out of the three of them. So that's like I said though, hopefully Chalobah does stay though out the three.
Yeah, I hope he stays. There's a good player in him, and he's shown that. Tall, physical, 6'4", and also carry the ball a beast. Maybe we're looking at him, but we don't know. So I would like him, but I need to research him even more. Big up DJ from Constantine Dante. You think things with our Argentina players is lazy stories like Dybala? It's hard to say. I haven't seen that behavior of signing Argentine players from Mauricio Pochettino. Did he do something similar at Tottenham? I don't think so. I don't think he did that. But it's easy to believe those stories because he's Argentine. So it's hard to say, really. I'm not too sure what to make of it, Mitch. I have to be honest with you, my friend. I believe Caicedo's deal will work out not for 100 million, 85 or 90. Ben Marvelous, I think so too. Tony Bloom buys players from 12th to 13th division in Germany, let them ball out in Belgium, and then they come to Brighton and they can sell them for 100 million. But very soon, here's the thing. I think they won't be selling that much because once they taste European football, I think they want to be there. A lot more money than the transfers can earn them, actually, in some cases. We have Thiago Fofana for right centre back, and Badiashile and Cowell for LCB. Yeah, let's see. And I hope we do the same with our French club. Without, you could say, satellite clubs by the time we buy more clubs. And I think it was DJ that said something to the effect of us looking to buy a club in Portugal. So we'll have more of that, such clubs in the future. Okay, thank you for saying that, DJ. Chalobah fighting over a scrap in terms of minutes. I think Graham Potter shocked me with how he treated him. Caicedo is Chelsea kind of player he is. Hopefully we'll get him. I'm back, Coach. Okay, Chigoze, thank you for coming back. Dybala for 10 million as replacement for Mount is good deal. I wouldn't say as a replacement for Mount. I would say would be a good addition to our squad. And for, you can say, his experience, and he's good. And it's not that old, actually. He's just 29, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I think for 10 million, it's not too much of a risk. The club is afloat in all big earners. You can't argue that. Is Chalobah a big earner? I wouldn't count him.
I wouldn't count him as that. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. He signed his new current contract under the new ownership, right?
Yes, he did. 5-year contract. He extended it.
Yeah, and he wouldn't go cheap either. Preseason games against Brighton and Newcastle will show if we're ready or not. Delicious games of panel. What would you be looking at these games? Not too much. More of an experiment. Here's the thing. I don't mean to bust your bubble. The preseason games, they will be exciting, but at the same time boring in the sense they will be. The manager will be experimenting quite a lot. We'll have lots of young players that I think he'd give game time. You could see a half, a delicious half, then a second half that will be boring, that will be everywhere. Yeah, it's as simple as that. That's usually preseason. Yeah, but let's see what happens. We want to buy Balogun. No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything to that regard. Yes, Dybala, $12 million, but high salary. and too old for our project. And plus, in terms of the salary, rumors are that he's agreed to reduce, to take a pay cut to join us. That is if you're to believe the rumor. DJ Mitchell Boy saying,
big up
hello
Mitchell
to you.
Big up to him.
Oh, so Chalobah is just on 50K, so he's not a high earner. I think the club will want to keep him, will like him. But unfortunately, I'm going to say this. I don't like what Graham Potter did to him, but that's just my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. I heard Dybala only demands 7 to 8 million per year, something like that. Yep. If we're to believe that. But from the sources we've heard that from, I think Damasio is one of the sources. I don't know whether to believe it or not. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're wrong. I just don't know. Arsenal trying to sell us Balogun for 15 million. Okay. Dybala is an experienced player for all Kitty squad and would be a great signing only for 12 million. He won't be a bad addition. But if you ask me, I'd take Mitrovic over him. Dybala is not taking a pay cut to come to the Premier League. would want a raise either. Okay, let's see. Maybe Portugal will use a back three in preseason as an experiment and to disguise Klopp and will play his favorite formation against Liverpool 4-2-3-1. But let's see what happens. When will the elephant leave? I'm not too sure. I know what you're referencing, but I'm not going to get to that. So we've talked about this. We've talked about this. Raheem Sterling, I think he stays. We've talked about that. And we talked about how much Brighton are asking for. DJ, do you have anything? Go ahead.
Yeah, just one thing. This news about Balogun, I've actually sent you something. I've sent you quite a lot of DMs, Kachilla. He's one of them. And from looking at this, it was about 12 minutes ago. It says, the representatives of Arsenal striker Florian Balogun are in talks with Chelsea over a possibility for a move to Stamford Bridge. Ben, this is via Top Skills Sport UK. Again, I don't know how true they are. I mean, I'm looking at their thing. They've got over 12.4k followers. So I'm not sure. And what we're saying here is an international reporter, sports writer, and transfer specialist at Sky Sports.
So it's an individual. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure if it's an individual.
Okay.
They're basically just saying that. I mean, they're an international reporter and sports writers. They might just be that. I don't know. But there's quite a lot of followers that are following them, and they have actually broken this one about regarding Balogun. I mean, I know it was doing the rounds yesterday, and I thought it was just like you. I thought it was just people talking, and that was it. But that seems to be picking up that story about Balogun. So there may be something in that. There may be something in that one. I'm not sure though how true it might be.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying that, DJ. How about you want to say anything with regards to the Raheem Sterling news? We've heard that a Saudi club wants him, and some European clubs also. European clubs do want him. Now it turns out it's all nonsense. He's staying, and but go ahead.
Yeah, I think I had a thing. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead, DJ. What do you make of the story?
Yeah. I was just saying we were talking about this.
Sorry, go ahead.
We were talking about this yesterday, and I always said I had a feeling that it was always going to be the fact that he was going to stay. I think it was just nonsense talk. Again, the person that wrote this story yesterday, I don't know how reliable that was, to be fair. And again, today it looks like a tier 1 journalist has actually come out and says it's actually not going to happen. They're not even entertaining any offers for him. And I think you've already said it. I think the fact that he's he's still obviously. I mean, he's like on 300 and something thousand a week, 350,000 or 380,000 a week at Chelsea.
Something close to that.
Something like, I think a lot of the clubs that are looking at him. I mean, this is one of the reasons probably why if he does end up leaving, probably will go to Saudi Arabia. It'll probably be around them ways, but I don't think anybody around here will spend that kind of money on him unless there is a big club, unless there's a club out there in Europe that may decide they might take a punt on him. But no, I think he'll stay. And as I said, I hope he does. As I said, he had one bad season last season at Chelsea. As I said, all the players did. And maybe he needs to be given an opportunity under Poch to see what he can do under Poch.
Yeah, and the truth remains it'd be difficult to find a buyer willing to give him a pay rise because he will not push to leave. He's not getting any younger, and I think his place in the England national team probably under threat, and he knows that.
Yeah.
So for him, it would be because he's seeking to secure his future now. It's all about money at his age. I don't think he'll be. It's about him playing football and being happy. Even if he stays on the bench at Chelsea, I think I think he will be probably comfortable with that and not complain too much. There aren't too many clubs that will be willing to sign him. Like, it's not like he was in brilliant form last season. No, he struggled quite a lot. Let's see, what else do we have here? And the only problem with Dybala is only his injury issues. We know that Premier League is tougher and faster than Serie A. And chances are it's all nonsense. We don't know. Like I said, am I the elephant with those teeth?
Here we go
Just
again.
go away,
Love it.
Just go away, please.
So cold.
People.
Poor Mr. Pochettino, man. He's so getting cold comments.
Yeah,
sorry, Ruff.
And also, just subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 23 more to get into 100. Let's make it happen. Everybody keeps saying we need older, experienced players, but that's not the direction. I know I get your argument. I knew you were going to come up with this, but here's the thing: we will mix it up a bit. Otherwise, it will take a while before we're able to win anything. Can we win with young players? Yeah, Ajax did it in the Netherlands for a long time, and they're still doing it actually. There's sadly a season that comes go in the Dutch league that they don't end up, the winner don't end up being Arsenal, being Ajax, so to speak. Well, let's see what happens. We need Dybala or Martinez, get tough, resilient, and physical blokes that can take on a bull. Bobby will be very proud of you. Let's see. We need to get incoming as soon as possible. We need to do that. Is the Dybala rumors true? There's no way to confirm that. Olawale Ayodeji. Hope Lampard will not be in the attendance for the first game to bring bad taste on luck. I don't think that happens. Balogun will be really good for Chelsea and kind of good upgrade in our striker role. Really, I'm not too sure what to make of that rumor. Really. Look at Santos clearly white teeth. Okay, thank you for saying that. You guys have started again. I have
Constantine, big up to Constantine.
To host, really.
Honestly,
please don't do that to me. Who are we talking about with the high wages just now? Raheem Sterling. He's in a very high wage. Dybala is a great player. I think Dybala too. Somebody mentioned Dybala, but injury prone. I agree with you. Oko could be a real. Okay, you're having a conversation there. Oxtep says, is Chelsea in charge of attracting players? Okay, just joining for the big bucks. The big cash splash might be attracting players that care only for the money and no real passion for the club. I think I agree with you, but I don't think we'll pay that much money right now. Have you seen any evidence that the case? What case in particular? I haven't seen anything, but I'm hopeful that that we'll mix it up. We'll have a mix of youth and experience and not just youth. I think right now you could argue, we still have a balanced squad really to an extent, but we need more experienced players. Chilwell is experienced, James is experienced. Yeah, name a few other players we have there. You can say Kepa is experienced because he's still here. What's his name? Also, Raheem Sterling is experienced, and we still have him. And some of them have also actually, forget how old they are, they've gathered enough experience. Big up to you too, Chelsea, all the way. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the show. 22 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. We're not Ajax. We're a bigger club than that. Since Overmars left, Ajax have struggled. Okay. You come with lack of incomings. I will wait until the end of the window to form an opinion. I'm very calm. We just we're barely into the transfer window. It ends in September, so it's a long way to go. If that makes sense. What will happen to Ziyech now that he failed in the medical? I wouldn't say it's failed. We'll talk about that in a bit. Chelsea and Milan. Yeah, I think we'll talk about that too. I don't understand how Sterling would not start every game on right wing. He's actually good. Just applied wrongly before. Really. All right. Sorry for not recognizing you, please.
Big up
to you too. Coach, case for signing all the players. You can say I haven't seen signs that that's the case right now. But I'm sure they will do that because the manager, he understands the importance of mixing it up. We still have experience. Thiago Silva is actually still here. So I didn't count him. So I should. We have new sponsor, Oman Airlines, but that's not the shirt sponsor. The shirt sponsor rumors are that it may end up being Nintendo. I don't know if you played that game. I have. I played it quite a lot growing up. Yeah, one of the most popular games out there at the point. The Bala seems to be the guy who can fit in the 90s boy band. So just go away, please. Let's see what we have lined up here. Big up to all of you. So far, an excellent show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 22 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Let me see what Constantine has to say before I move on to the next item we have lined up here. And so that whatever we're talking about will be aligned. We should do all our transfers before the start of the season. But we'll try, but it's not going to be easy. Looks like we're trying to offload Sterling high salary. It sounds like it, but it sounds like it's not at the same time. Because what we looked at today is saying that we're not looking to sell him, and it's not looking to leave. I think the only survivor will be Silva, but even he, I wouldn't be surprised. A big offer coming from Saudi Arabia for him will sell him.
I don't think he'll go.
He'll probably not go, and I don't think they'd come for him given his age, except if they're just getting him given his pedigree and for the Brazilian audience maybe. Then we'll see. All right, what else do we have here before we move on? Why do all the clubs buy our players for cheap? Look at the players they're buying, how well they've played, and you can say how the length of their what is left on their current contract, if that makes sense. But when Chelsea wants a player, they must pay over 100 million to get it. It makes quite a lot of sense because we want the players we go for are usually top notch. Are usually some of the best players around, if that makes sense. So usually those players they go for premium. The Sports play with an out and out number 9. From what I know so far, he doesn't. If so, who would be the next? Who would be our striker? I'm not too sure really, but I don't think he does that. What's the update on Pulisic? Close to being completed, according to reports that those in the chat have talked about. Zakata Santos must stay. I hope he does. It wouldn't be fair for all the players, Sterling having 10 times a higher salary and probably wouldn't even play much. I think it's going to be problematic. If he stays and when it's time for any of those players to renew their new contract, they'd ask for something close to that or even more. Coach, a little laughter and humor goes hand in hand for the second hour. So I agree with you. But I deliberately just said saying go away was just a joke. You know that because we're paying for him for the informed players. Thank you. More importantly, that's a delicious comment right there. And we're selling out of form players, and we're selling. You can say players we deem surplus to requirement, or players we deem not good enough for Chelsea Football Club, if that makes sense. So let's move on to see the next item we have lined up. And please, as always, keep the topics aligned. 80 likes, 20 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you haven't, if you want to become a member, it costs just $2.99, and it helps us sponsor students every month. I've been there, so it's a good thing. We've done it for 3 months now, and all the winners have all gotten their prizes. Even the first guy that won $100, that it took him like 1,000 years to reach out, he's gotten it. He's got it 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? Let's see. I will only relax if we sign a number 1 goalkeeper and strengthen the midfield. Let's see what happens. Please keep the topics aligned. Otherwise, I'm going to be skipping your contributions in the chat. Right, so we're learning that the Hakim Ziyech, what we heard about 2 weeks ago is that the deal has, you can say the deal had collapsed. It turns out that isn't the case. It says Al Nassr offer to Hakim Ziyech remains on the table. Changes made to the proposal after the medical means that his guaranteed salary is 40% lower. But if he stays fit, he will make the same 15 million euros he was initially offered. So let's say less than 40% of 50 million euros should be 50% should be around. Okay, I can't do that right now. But that's by the way. But the deal isn't. You can say it isn't over yet. It could still happen. DJ, you have anything to add to that?
No, I think we said this already, because I think, I always thought this move would happen, but it's probably going to be happening later in the window, though. I think you'll find out what happened here towards the end of the window. I think it's going to be going on and on when it's going to happen, when it's going to happen in the end. I think it will happen. So, yeah, I'm just waiting on that one now to fully go through now.
Yeah, I hope it goes through. He shouldn't still be at Chelsea, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 18 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Looks like Arne sponsor betting gambling by that statement. That may well be the case. Like 6 million, my friend. Okay, thank you for doing that calculation. 7 million came to mind, and I said, no, I don't think that's that. So it should be around 6-point-something million. Chalky, thank you for that, doing the calculation. I like Ziyech and hope he gets it to leave. I bet it's his left hip that hurts with all those crosses and all those post-show he makes before he puts in the crosses. Maybe that may well be the case. But Thomas Bays, when last did I see you? I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Thank you for, again, I appreciate that more importantly. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Sterling was happy to return to West London. He will not want to leave easily. Plus, he has a good salary to keep him there. Oh, yeah. And when you hear such players on a highway say, yeah, I'm staying to fight for my place, especially older players who you can say who are 29, 30 to 31. They're saying, yeah, I'm going to stay and continue earning the money. It's as simple as that. But thank you for that. A lot of people, Mr. Ziyech, you want to be on yourself, sign the contract. I think he should. Maybe he's hopeful some European club will come and offer him something similar. Then he goes to that particular club. But I don't know. I don't know what club would do that for him. Coach, I was engrossed in your show until the delightful sound of the spoon hitting the coffee cup caught my attention. Now I find myself rushing downstairs to view one for yourself. Go do that. You know that. I think you sound like you're into coffee like me. I don't think I can function properly without coffee, especially during the morning shows.
Same here, mate.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yep. Yeah, coffee. It's I don't know if that's anything like it. If that makes sense. The temptation is simply irresistible. I agree with you. I can't function well without coffee. Like DJ said, it is the same for him. More like guys, and subscribe, guys. Yep, more likes, 17 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Appreciate all the support. Sterling will stay until his end of days at Chelsea. Signed a 5-year deal in 2022. He's not going to be in a rush to leave. If he ends up leaving, then it will be Chelsea deciding to terminate his contract. But I think they will give him one more season to see if it comes good. If not, then they seek for a solution to end it. Coach, I read a bet, not the. All right, thank you. I think it's your phone trying to help you spell, or maybe you feel your phone felt like it knew exactly exactly what you wanted to type, but it's okay. Just go away. ZS deal not really making sense, but I wish him best of luck. It makes sense. It's a lot of money, a lot more than he's earning at Chelsea currently because he's still a Chelsea player. So IBC, I don't know. You just joined us. I don't know if you have anything to say, or should we move on?
Big up, man. What's the topic today?
Big up to you, more importantly, brother.
Big up, IBC. Big up.
How you doing?
Big up, man.
Big up to you too. I can't complain, bro. Thank you.
You keeping well?
Yeah, man. What's the topic today?
We're talking about right now. We're talking about Hakim Ziyech, his proposed move. You can say his move to our side that we thought at one point was imminent. It turns out they've seen something irregular during his medical tests and decided to cut his the offer they had for him on the table by 40%. So he's refusing to sign that. So, but they say the offer is still on the table. He can take it, but if he stays fit, the option is that if he stays fit, he still earn as much as 15 million, I think, euros per year. But if he gets injured, it will be cut by 40%. I don't think it's a bad deal, really.
It's not a bad deal. That needs to sort itself out itself, man. He needs to be out of there. I mean, no disrespect, but it's over, man. It just needs to go. So
It has to,
however they sort it out, man. Whether it's they'll sort it out, man. They'll sort that deal, but that needs to happen. That needs to happen. He's one player that I didn't. Nah, I want him out.
Let's see what happens. I think he will end up joining them. If he doesn't do that, then probably he will. To me, I would take it that he wants to run down his contract and leave as a free agent. That is just my opinion. Ziyech's situation sounds like pay as you go. I don't think he will take that risk. Then if he was not willing to take it, then he doesn't trust that he will stay fit. That's how I see it.
It's not even that. Not even that. I don't know. Why would you want to? You know, you're not going to. It's borderline stealing a living, because you know you're not going to be probably in the plans of the new manager going forward. You are actively being touted out to other clubs in Saudi Arabia. Why would you refuse to sell? Why would you refuse to leave? Yo, get out. Respectfully, Hakim Ziyech, get out. New age, new dawn. Follow the 10 people that left before you and get out.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure how long he has left on his contract. I don't know to come to the conclusion whether he's trying to leave as a free agent or not, but we'll find out. Ziyech won't be here by the start of next season. I hope that happens for his own good. I think he needs to leave, go where he'll be valued more than his valued at Chelsea right now. Let me see if Jersey has anything to us. If Nintendo were to become Chelsea's short sponsor, it could be a well thought out strategic move, so to speak, with a Chelsea youthful squad and the evolving image of the club. Maybe, but let's see what happens. Nintendo would align perfectly with a young demographic of Chelsea fans. It has the potential to create a strong synergy and appeal among the fan base. Let's see that happen. A lot of people are excited. I think people are already preaching that it's going to be Nintendo, but let's see what happens. We have some other items lined up, and let's try and get to them as soon as possible. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. One more thing about Ziyech, and we'll move on from that. At the same time, I'm checking for updates. Chelsea have offered Caicedo an 8-year deal. I think we've seen that before. Both clubs are currently negotiating. It's nothing new there. But let's see what else will happen. That much, I think that shows that we're willing to pay the money, possibly. So, but let's see. If Ziyech stays at Chelsea, it will only distract the project at Chelsea. Chelsea needs a fresh start. Chelsea must sell him. Then if he refuses to leave, I will maluda him by sending him to the academy to train with them. Ziyech is contracted to Chelsea. He cannot just get out. He's got 2 years left. Okay, yeah, so it makes sense now. Thank you for saying that. And if he refuses to leave, I wouldn't mind maludaling him, except if Pochettino likes him. Leko already the shirt sponsor for women's team. Oh, I didn't know that. Were you saying something, IBC?
I was saying, yeah, you can't just go. Yeah, you can. You can just get out like the rest of them. Koulibaly had how many years on his contract? We just signed him this last summer. This guy's been at the club for 3 years. Get him out. It's over. 2 years or not, get him out. Find a solution. If you can't get it, Lukaku just signed 2 years ago. We want him out as well. Get him out. If
he doesn't want, just go. Yeah, but I think they will find a solution, and I'm sure. I think he'll end up going to Saudi Arabia because no other club will pay him that much money.
Me too. I think he will still go to that Saudi Arabia. He will go. Yalla.
Just stay fit. Try as much as you can and stay fit. It's as simple as that. Poch mostly plays with a 4-2-3-1, organized, and 3-4-2-1 in attack, also hybrid attack. But he also played a 4-2-2-2 when his team is losing, and he's most attack to score. So he's very flexible with his permission. And he can say all comes down to the players he has available to him. Elijah Carey says, what about Ryan Turkey transfer news? Nothing serious. All that we've addressed here or talked about, we're seeing in the media is this we're interested and we're going to make a move to him. So at this point, all rumors. ZS must ask his what? Let's just go. I'm not reading that. What's the latest news in Caicedo, please? We're still talking. Rumors are that Brighton won 100 million and we're not willing to pay that much. Coach, which game you used to play? I bet Super Mario and Ghost. Nope. It's always been my favorite game. Has always been a FIFA. Yeah, a FIFA. But I haven't played for like I think about 4 months now. I haven't really. Always a FIFA. If I play anything else, then I want to teach my boys something else in the game. But sometimes I do try. I like action games. I'm not going to get into that right now. PSG wanted him a few months ago, and that fell through. For some reason, we were told documents were not faxed on time before the transfer window was shut. And Nkunku came from 4-2-2-2 formation. Okay. Yeah, enjoy him, and thank you for coming here. Okay. Best of what? Let me see what he said here. Okay, enjoy. Congratulations to you. You got your man and you paid us. So enjoy. I hope it works out. It doesn't work out for you. I hope Ziyech can stay fit practicing. Oh my goodness. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along where maybe we should play chess to better analyze football tactics. Maybe that will help. Coach likes to kill people's action games. Oh my, why did I read that? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 15 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Some jokes I have to avoid because some languages in the joke can actually cause me a problem, cause the channel a problem before they realize, oh, he didn't mean it that way. Let's see what else we have lined up. Here it says AC Milan and Chelsea. This was yesterday, so we've seen the most current updates from those in the chat. Where we have agreement in place with regards to that day, so he probably will closing that one as soon as possible. If we're not ready to pay that much for Caicedo, how much are we ready to pay? And here's the thing: I choose not to get into argument, into the argument whether we're ready to pay that or not. How much we pay comes down to how desperate we are, or how much we want him. But at this point, I think everything that's been said, they're just all nonsense at this point, all rumors. There's no telling how much we're being asked to pay and how much we're willing to pay. So I'm not going to get into that argument, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have lined up here. I'm looking for us to pay 80 million in total. Okay, that's just a conversation with him. Christian Pulisic to AC Milan. It is done deal. Here we go. Thank you so much, DJ. So we're earning some money there. Not that much, but it's still something huge, given the fact that if we try to keep him, he may well end up living as a free agent. So it would have been a huge risk to try to keep him. Compared to Hanga and Pochettino, who is better? From what I've seen, I can't right now. Ten Hag also, he's actually done well in the Champions League, but I think semi-finals, I think that's the most they did. They were knocked out by Real Madrid or what club? But Pochettino has led Tottenham to the final. You can say to the UEFA Champions League final, which they lost to Liverpool. But Ten Hag has won the Dutch league. How many times? I don't remember. But I don't think it makes sense to draw that conclusion, really. You want to add to that, IBZ?
I mean, it's very hard to compare.
It's difficult, yeah.
If you want to compare, I don't like comparing. You know, I really don't. Yeah, maybe Ten Hag edges him because Ten Hag has stayed at one club for more than a couple years, and he's been able to win trophies in that time. He's able to galvanize a winning mentality within his team in Ajax. Whereas Pochettino's been the guy to up until PSG, was more of a project manager. And obviously the project with Tottenham, you could see it coming to fruition in what he was doing in the time he was there. They were actually very more competitive than they were when he left. And obviously they got into finals, albeit they didn't win anything. you could see there was a competitive edge. You could argue a mainstay in the Champions League as well during his time. So it's very hard to compare. It's very hard, but I don't like comparing the two.
But if I have to choose, honestly, I would choose Pochettino, given his experience in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, you would lean towards that, but you have to credit Ten Hag last season as well, and especially as he lost his first three games of the season, and then it took United all the way up to fourth, got up to a Carabao Cup final, won a trophy in his first season in England. So it's very hard to kind of, you can't, it's very hard for me to differentiate both of them. I will lean with Pochettino, just because of his experience, his emotional intelligence towards the game, and just his personality. I will lean towards Pochettino, but I won't discredit Ten Hag, no. And obviously, he said something about Mason Mount as well. If you just bring up that comment again, he said something about Mason. He said something. Would Mason Mount regret Chelsea if we are successful under Poch or something? Can you see that comment?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that.
No, it was under the same sentence. But yeah. If you choose Pochettino or Ten Hag, I think I'll lean with Pochettino.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. All right, DJ, you want to add to that, or should we move on?
Yeah, no, listen, again, like IBC said, it's hard to make comparisons, but obviously Poch has the experience more than Ten Hag for the Prem. But like it's just been discussed. I mean, Ten Hag, to be fair, and the start that he had, and then to go and actually win a trophy in the Premiership. Okay, well, being it's a cup competition, but he still won a trophy. Whereas I know Poch has not, but Poch has the experience in terms of what he's done so far. So it is a bit of a tough one, but I guess I would just say Poch. Just a little bit. I'll say Poch.
Yeah, I'll say Poch. It's as simple as that. For me, it would be Caicedo. He has Premier League experience, and I think it's you could say he will be more suitable for us in the Premier League than Tchouaméni. Has Poch actually ever won anything? He won stuff in PSG. Yeah, I think 2 trophies or 1. I don't remember. I think Hank has quite a lot at Ajax, especially. Don't hear anything about Gallagher. We trust to keep him. I'm not too sure. Rumors are that we're open to selling him if we get a good offer. Pochettino won the French league, and 1 more trophy. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Coach, you want to ask this question? We saw Kai for 65 million a month, for 60 million with all the players. Please, what happened to the money? Only 2 signings. Yes, then you don't get all the money in at the same time. Yeah, they have a payment structure. They don't pay it at once. They pay bit by bit. So even at that, I think we're still working on signing. So don't worry. Poch eliminated Ten Hag in semifinals. That year they made it to the final. So you can use that, but beyond that, there are factors you have to consider too. Poch looks like one of 3 trophies.
Tuchel beat Pep Guardiola in the league and the Champions League. Are we going to say Thomas Tuchel is better than Josep Guardiola? Are we going to have that argument? I mean,
so again, it depends on who you ask. We shouldn't judge by that. Yeah, I agree with you, IBZ. Poch looks like like 3 or 2 trophies at PSG. United just beat McTominay and cash for Caicedo. I don't believe that. They're pretty even. I think you could argue that. So if Chelsea finishes above United next season, it'd be evident that Poch is better than Ten Hag. No, that wouldn't be enough to come to that conclusion. If Arsenal sell Partey to Saudi Arabia for 15 million and Xhaka for 25 million, they will definitely go for Caicedo. Do they have the luxury to do that now? Let's see what happens. Let's see if they do that. Then if they will come for Caicedo and pay 105 for million, 100 million plus for him, let them take him. I wouldn't fight them. Ten Hag basically got a free run because Liverpool and Chelsea were too bad. Had those 2 teams. Okay. Yeah, you could argue that. Big up to you too. I hope you're well too. Thank you for joining. Let's see what else we have here. Poch, far more better than him and more experience. Okay, you could say that, but that's your opinion, though. Everybody see it differently. I think Poch is more experienced. I agree with you, but I think other people will see it differently. Thomas Partey to Chelsea, so that Arsenal pay for their sins of taking both Kai and Jorginho. I understand his a sell. I wouldn't call it a sin. We wanted to sell those players, and they were willing to pay to buy them. If you watch the style of football Erik ten Hag played at Ajax, it was brilliant. He hasn't done much in terms of the style of play at Manchester United. Probably needs a couple of more signings to be able to do that. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, anything else? You should get a trophy just for being a PSG coach. Okay, that is really not fair. I said the following, that the panel wanted to refer to Mount regret if Chelsea were to be more successful with Poch, then United will be. Okay, that was not what IBC was talking about. I don't know. It's a human thing. There's a chance if he ends up not winning anything at United, then he'd look back and say, maybe I would have stayed. Well, maybe he'd look at it and say, after all, I'm earning a lot more here and all that. I don't know. I don't like to get into thinking about such. Yeah, not bad. Okay, just having a conversation there. Liverpool looking to buy Colwell. I don't believe that one too. We don't have cash flow problems. Fees are important for FFP reason, though. Thank you so much for saying that, Mitch. I appreciate you. One thing is for sure that Poch aura is head and shoulder above that of Ten Hag. Ten Hag is way too serious to my liking, but I think he's good more importantly. And he achieves, he say his aims his own way. That's all that matters. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 11 more likes to get it to 100. And please, from now on, keep dropping the likes. From now on, please keep the topics aligned. Otherwise, I will skip whatever topic you have there. Somebody please ban Constantine Dante. I don't like you, man. I don't like you anymore. Let's see what else we have lined up here. This one says Chelsea will loan new signing Angelo Gabriel straight out to new partner club Strasbourg. Not a bad idea. Like Poch said, again, we heard he said even before it's official that it became official that he's now our new manager. He did say something to the effect of young players has to play. They don't have to sit on the bench, which simply means if there's no space for any young player, they send them out on loan. I think it's a good idea. Why bring him, you can say, into the team when there's no space for him? I don't know, DJ, you have anything to add to that? I don't even know him that much to argue whether he's good enough for the club to try to integrate him into the first team. I don't know, but it's a good idea. He gets to play. But go ahead, DJ, if you have anything to add.
No. Listen, I think it would be a better idea for him to be loaned out. I mean, for what I've seen, I've not actually seen him. I'm not going to sit and say I know a lot about this player. I've like others. I've just seen the video highlights of him on YouTube. He does look a talent, but I think for now, I think he'll be a bit raw for the Premiership now. I think you'll need that loan move. And if you think about it, he's got to get past Raheem Sterling and also Mudryk in that Chelsea team. Very unlikely that's going to happen. So for him, I think it'd be best for his development. Go out to Strasbourg, learn your thing there, and then come back to Chelsea next season and see him. Maybe he can challenge next season. Again, I think that'd be too early again. So you're probably looking around about 2 loan moves to this kid before he's integrated into the Chelsea team.
Yeah, good luck to him. I know IBC probably will have nothing to add to that one. Let's see. You want to say? Okay.
Nothing to say yet. Send them out on loan.
All right. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Kochigo, if you're watching, just hit me up via Twitter and let me know when you do. I'll send you the link. I think this will still have time to go. I would argue the Pep Thomas debate is deemed the better coach. Pep is deemed the better coach and has the better players, and actually better has one more. So that one is actually easy to settle. Poch will be relegated in the battle of the. Okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't see this club winning anything anytime soon. The whole project is so shambolic. That is just your opinion. I wouldn't say that right now, but let's see what happens. But I remember you said that, Chelsea, all the way. What did somebody try to hack my account?
When was this?
Okay.
When? Just now?
Just now, yeah. Just look at that. It just went blank, saying it has been locked.
Refresh.
Somebody tried to hack my account.
Refresh the page. What's this?
Yeah.
Do you know? I had something similar to this as well, Kitchen. Mine's currently saying the same thing at the moment. Do you know that? I don't know if
You're
someone's
saying
been
the
trying
same
to.
thing?
I had the same thing on
Hold
mine
on.
earlier on.
Let me go and check my own.
Maybe not be that somebody tried to hack it, but Twitter has been so quirky. It's not funny. You say you're also saying the same, DJ?
It came, yeah. I don't know what happened. I was on it, went to it, and it said to me, apparently you've been locked. I'm thinking, what have I done? I've not done anything to be locked out. I don't know if someone tried to get into my account.
Mine's is okay. We thank God.
Somebody else in the chat is locked as well. Dutch people are usually more open to cafe shops, etc. Not saying Eric Ten Hag is. Poch comes from Latin America, who generally are more religious and conservative. Definitely not cool with stuff. Don't do that to me. The Dutch are too open. Let's see, Tamidayo, nice to see you, brother. Big up, coach, and everyone. Big up to you too. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have lined up here. This one says Chelsea model is to buy all the one the kids as the gamble. It's a risk. Some of them will probably end up not working out, and some will work out. But that's by the way. What does religious and atheism has anything to do with this conversation? Okay, I'm going to move on. And please, like I told you, I'm going to start skipping most of what you have in the chat if it's not aligned with the current topic. Coach, I bring sad news. When they heard of my arrival through the Mediterranean to Celsius and Lukaku, they called the Coast Guard and you never made it. It's a shame. You're fired. You're fired. You made us feel like you were going to get that accomplished for us, and you end up not doing that. Go ahead, DJ. Will you say something?
Was that Glenn who said that?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, big up to Glenn.
Yeah,
Glenn. Sorry, that's all I wanted to ask. Was it Glenn? Because the comment, that's all.
What the issue is. Continue to Twitter. Thank you for addressing this issue. Your account is not. I think it's just more like just to confirm. You can say they're doing it in batches, just to confirm you're the real owner of the account. There's nothing wrong there, really. Yeah, but the way they do it, I don't think they should be doing it like that. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. Let me see. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's not going to get. I'm just trying to open the item we have lined up there so we can talk about it too. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let me see what else we have lined up there. A serious club will attack. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. Okay, it will never show again. Probably that item is passed. Oh my goodness! This just cleared out everything I had lined up that I wanted to stock. But that's by the way. I think I'll open new items there. This here says. Let me see. A serious club will attack first team players first before looking at all the 15, 16-year-olds. That is just your opinion. And you know quite well, I'm sure you're a smart guy. I know you're a smart guy because I've had debates with you. I'm sure you know we're not signing those young players to come be part of the first team. I'm sure you know that quite well, but you're entitled to your opinion and I respect that. But we'll see what happens. What happened, Coach? Nothing serious. I think they just wanted me to confirm my account. I use Twitter quite a lot. And as you've heard, it has happened to some people or some other people also. So it's just then they're introducing a new system to ensure people are not abusing the use of Twitter and all that. I'm not too sure what it is, but so I can't get into it. We have stuff to talk about here. Is it the curse of Mason Mount? No, I'm not going to go to that. And he hasn't done anything to me. No, Coach. It's not just you. It's been like that for days. So you could argue they're doing it in batches. I'm into coding myself. I'm into stuff like managing servers and all of that, knowing how to do some things in batches. So it will still happen to people that it hasn't happened to. So they're introducing a new approach that will help them. Quite a lot of changes at Twitter. Let's see, why we'll sign that defender from Everton, but we have players available. No, he's not going to be part of the first team. He's an academy player, and you know that quite well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Elon may well go back to Google and start using their server and pay them, but they spend quite a lot with regards to that. Twitter started misbehaving since last night for some, and today many people have started complaining, especially since the arrival of a thread. According to some folks, I think Twitter, they're just introducing that new, what we saw on the screen there, in batches, and if it hasn't happened to you, it will still happen to you. A report came out that they are scouting Matthias França. Yep, we want to sign him. And I think for is it the Flamingo kid? I think, and they're asking for £21 million or something to that effect, or something close to that. Coach, they want to make sure it's not a bot account. Yep. I think I recognize that. I took my time to look at it when I read everything on the screen. Glenn 10, I am stuttering now every time I say your name, but it was you that constructed that name, so you shouldn't complain at all. Let me see.
Coach.
Yeah.
I'll catch you guys in a bit, man.
All right, bro. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you too, bro. You too.
God bless. Peace off.
Bless you too, brother. Thank you so much.
Peace out, bro. Peace.
So, DJ, coming back to you, let's talk about Andre Santos.
Yes.
What do you make of the news we're hearing? Some are saying that he will go out on loan, but I know the one suggesting that he will join FC Porto with an option to buy is absolute nonsense.
Nonsense.
Yeah. But do you think he goes out on loan, or do you think he stays? I just want to hear from you.
No, I think he's going to stay, Coachella. I think he's a player that I think Poch, I know, has come out. As I said, there was mixed stories going around yesterday about Poch wants to see him in pre-season before any decisions have been made. I personally think he'll stay. I think they wouldn't have gone all this way to get his permit all sorted out if they didn't have any plan for him to be in the first team this season. So I think he'll stay. I think from what I've seen of him in training, this kid he does look the business, coach. I'm not going to lie. For what I've seen, just the highlights of seeing him in training, seeing him what he can do, and was watching him playing for Brazil. He looks like this kid has got it in his locker, and I really, really hope he gets his opportunity at Chelsea, because I don't think he's going to disappoint. I think a lot of the fans are going to be favourites of his. I think he'll be a fan favourite, and I really hope that he gets that opportunity, and I believe Pochettino does want to give him an opportunity for next season. So either way, this whole talk about Porto is all coming out from Portuguese outlets. I mean, you had the Record reporting it yesterday, and then you had Ebola reporting it yesterday. Now, the Record in Portugal, they literally cover all of the Portuguese football. Ebola is the one that covers mainly Porto, and that is the reason why this talk of him being linked with an option to buy or loaned out with an obligation to buy an option to buy, sorry. That's what they want to add into that clause. But Chelsea will not allow it. And I think Chelsea have already said he's not going anywhere. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing him in a Chelsea shirt next season.
Thank you so much, DJ, for that. How about, let's talk about the case of, let's see if anybody has anything to say with regards to Andre Santos and their thoughts. Let me see. Brianna, you always nice to see you. Lateness is greatness. Well, thank you for finding time to join, aka Vivelcia FC, aka Jackson FC. There's one more I'm missing, Contender FC. I appreciate you, and always nice to see you in the chat. I hope you're well. It's a new safety measure to make sure you have an above average IQ. That's been said. No more sports fans on the timeline. I agree with you, but you failed the mission, so you're in trouble. Let's see what else we have here. Everybody has been impressed with Santos, even rival fans. I agree with Sav. I hope he stays and busts onto the scenes in sixth gear. I think he'd do well. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 4 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make that happen. Adabel Makunju, I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining. Did we offer Fofana to Tuchel for 75 million? That report is actually a horse doo-doo. If you don't mind, Kuchila, those kids are not going to be a part of the first team, but I am pretty sure the money spent is going to be taken into account when evaluating FFP, hence less on the first team. That's a legit concern, but believe me, just remember I tell you this, I think we'll be all right. Just remember I told you that. Matomin says he wants to play for Roma. Okay, good luck to him and lucky scene. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Santos, I should say, he should be back up for the midfield. He just has this mature aura about him. O'Neal Diaz, if he stays, I don't want him to be a backup. That will be detrimental to his development. If he stays, let's be sure he will get an ample amount of game time so that he continues developing properly. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sort of sense to keep him. This is what's coming. I want to play. Okay, good luck to you. Santos is already good enough for this present Chelsea team, but let's see what the club does. Okay, good luck to you. Chelsea all the way. I agree 100%. Let's see. I beg Mekona, follow and subscribe if you never follow already. You know they take too much time to do that. Just click on the like button and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And subscribe to the channel. I thank God beg on I beg. Thank you for saying that. I like Pigeon. Santos is a bit slow, and reactions that I attribute to you need. Okay, you attribute that one needs in the Premier League. So we'll need a work on that. He will need to work on that, but otherwise, he's top. I think let's say Moussa Dembele, who played under Mauricio Pochettino at Tottenham, he wasn't that quick. If you can, but let's see what Pochettino does with him if he stays. But good point there, really. Abu says, any update about Christian Pulisic? He's gone. You can say he's gone. França will be part of the first team. Man already plays for Flamengo in the Brasileiro. I can't say that. But let's see what happens. We haven't signed him. They're asking for £21 million. Let's see if we get him. And will he get what permit if we sign him? DJ, will he?
I don't know. Again, it depends. I mean, if he's already playing in the first team, I'm not sure how many. I think they go by. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. In terms of his getting the opportunity, yeah, they can go for the permit, but I think he may end up being loaned out to a European club to, I think to serve up a certain amount of matches for them to play in the Prem. I'm not sure. It was similar to Santos. It was similar to Santos' situation before they got his thing sorted out. I'm not sure where he stands in all that, but again, he's the first team for that in the Brasileiro League for Flamengo. So I can understand that actually being. I can understand where Adebayo is actually saying in the comments. He could come in, but whether he'll get that permit straight away is another thing. They may loan him out, I think, if he was to come to Chelsea. But again, he's another one I've just seen highlights of. But from what I've seen of him, he does look a talent as well, just like Angelo.
I know the rules have relaxed a bit. They've relaxed the rules a bit. To what extent, I do not know. But people going straight to say that he's going to be part of the first team seem. I think what he's going to need a work permit. Whether he's done enough to get one, I do not know. But good point. A quick update here from Chelsea Express saying Caicedo, after the speed up between Chelsea and Brighton for the general understanding on the fixed fee, which is £80 million. Now the pace of the last steps on add-ons is slower. Brighton asking for 100 million. Chelsea wouldn't exceed 90 million, 10 million bonuses. Pochettino is pushing. Rudy Galati, I've asked you that before. Do you trust him? DJ, do you trust Rudy Galati? I don't know him that much to trust him. But that's, by the way, we'll move on. If you're in the chat, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Just how many more likes? 2 more likes to get it to 100, and let's shoot for 200 likes. Christian Pulisic to wear AC Milan, sir. I cannot wait to preseason to watch I can see Santos and Caicedo are ready or not to play in Premier League this season. Up to them, but let's see what happens. Even Enzo has a same problem, struggled in some games with that. I don't think you can have both both of them, or pair them as 2 6s, then we have a serious problem. I think you're correct. Maybe we're not going to have them play at the same time. I'm not too sure. And if I'm being honest, I'm not too sure how Santos fits in this particular team. I just have to be honest with you. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 2 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it work. And if you want to become a member, it costs just $2.99 just to support the channel and also help us continue with the Stay in School project where we do a giveaway for students every month. We'd really appreciate that. We've been doing business with Brighton for a while now. Through my observations, they are just outrightly taking advantage of us. Every chance they get, relegation for them next season would be sweet. I'm not going to take it personal. It's business for all parties involved. Here's the thing, and in those cases that we bought players from them, we've been desperate. It's not like it's just them forcing us to pay us whatever they want from us. It's us, how desperate we want those players from them. So yeah, they ask for more money. It's as simple as that, and that's how I choose to see it. I just not to go to the extent of arguing. Just 1 second. Okay, I think I need to open this. I'll open some other items that I want us to address. I choose to see it as just business. And yeah, they did the groundwork. They did the, you can say, the scouting work to find Caicedo where he was playing before they signed him, for how much they signed him for. So yeah, I'm not going to complain too much. Just give me 1 second. Some items we have lined up here, I'm trying to get them out. Most of them DJ and the AD Love for Blue have shared with me so that we can have items to discuss. I'll get to that in a bit. Please be patient with me. Let's see, what else do we have here? This one here. Let me see if I have any item there. Okay, I've opened that one. That one I haven't. Okay. Okay, this one here is important. You can see highlights really how much they're asking for Moises Caicedo. Just give me 1 second, please. The DJ isn't here to keep you entertained while I try to open all the items we have lined up to discuss, but it won't take much. I apologize for that. Yeah, but I think we can go for this. Keep dropping the likes. We can go with that, so to speak. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to this channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. We are at 101 likes. Congratulations to us. We made it to 100. Let's see if we can get to 200. But you people, more importantly, are absolute legends. I appreciate you all. Let's see. It's starting on the right. He can start on the right. He can start on the left. But everything comes down to, you can say, everything comes down to Mauricio Pochettino. We've seen him play on the right on the ground Potter, and he did well actually. But I don't know right now. If Liverpool wanted Caicedo, they would have sold him to them for 16 million. After Caicedo, Chelsea must stop dealing with Brighton, even if they have a prime Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah, because they will continue to ask us for premium, if that makes sense. 3 players I'm looking forward to see play are Modric, Enzo, and Caicedo. If we get him, I think we will get him. Let's see what's Santos' position, CM or DM. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder. I don't think he's a DM from what I've seen so far. But that is just my opinion, honestly. Let's see. We love Brighton players, and forget that França and Angelo were scouted by a brain behind Brighton's success. Oh, that's a delicious comment, by the way. Yeah. So we should, if we can be patient and give them time, they ball too. So I agree with you. I appreciate you saying that. So thank you so much for saying that. And if you're a moderator and then you're in the chat, if you can, please go to the description section and get the link that can lead people to how they can become a member, so they can become a member. Santos doesn't fit in a 4-2-3-1 structure very well for now, and that's for sure. So that becomes a problem, except if the manager can drill him to, you can say, to be part of that. Or maybe if he, because the fact that he plays operates more like a box-to-box midfielder. From what I've seen, maybe he becomes the rotational player for Enzo Fernandez, because I wouldn't want a situation where Enzo would be playing week in, week out without taking a break, and that would not be good for him. Finally, okay, congratulations to you guys there, Lucky Scene. And thanks for the delicious comment that Deborah Makinju. Yep. Jackson CFC, my bro. And then OG here already. Briani Yahayu, aka 343 Dynamo, aka Vivel FC, Contender FC. He's the one to say that comment is a delicious one, and I agree with him. That comment from Deborah Makinju is a delicious comment. So here's the first item from the new items we have lined up here. This one says the representatives of Arsenal striker Folarin Balogun are in talks with Chelsea over a possible move to Stamford Bridge. I don't know this kid. I don't know how good he is. I have to be honest. If you know him and you have any, drop your 2 cents on what you think about that news in the chat. Let's hear you. DJ, do you know Folarin Balogun? I don't know him really. Nice to see you. Hi to you too, Emmanuel. Ekanem Emmanuel Joe. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. It looks like DJ is attendance is something more pressing than I understand. I think Chelsea could get Caicedo. I think we will. But thank you for saying that, Lucky Scene. Good afternoon, Coach. What about Santos? Is he remaining with us for the season? I'm not too sure what's going to happen. Andrew Joe. He's still with us. He will go travel with the team to the for the US preseason tour, and the manager will have a look at him. And I'm still going to bring back talk about the report from by Fabrizio Romano a few days ago, saying that Chelsea will still sign midfielders, but it all depends on how many midfielders they sign depends on how the preseason pans out, which to me translates to the manager will have to look at the youngsters we have in the team, the likes of Connie Chukwuemeka, Cesare Casade, and Andre Santos before deciding whether to go for those midfielders. He might be okay with Kieran Thuram, a big physical defensive midfielder next to him. But definitely not with Enzo. No, it would be a bad pairing. It reminds me of the pairing of Enzo and Mateo Kovacic. As good as they were offensively, they were atrocious in terms of protecting the back line. We need to change that. Seems like United are selling players now. They're about to make money, and they badly want Caicedo. I think we'll end up getting Caicedo. Instead, here's the thing. I don't see Chelsea missing out on Caicedo, except if they have all the targets that are equally good or even better lined up. But Caicedo is different because he's played in the Premier League and is proven to be good enough for the Premier League. But I don't think Chelsea will miss out on Caicedo. I think they'd be willing to pay. And if anything, it will get to a point where I would say, okay, you want to keep Levi Cowell. Okay, let's talk. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 109 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 200 likes as soon as possible. More importantly, thank you. You can say, again, it won't be nice not to thank you for 100 likes, because that's not easy. Big up to you, to Francis Winters. I haven't seen you for a million years. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know. Balogun was on loan in France, banged in a lot of goals there, but that's all I know. So does anybody think he's good enough for us? I don't know him at all to present a solid argument whether we should sign him or not. I want to know if Chelsea has, he's sold. Usmani Tolo Kamara, he's gone to, I think from the updates we got there in the chat, he's gone to AC Milan. Poch having a bias on Argentine players, Dybala, Martinez, personally, I don't think they would fit a CFC. Let me ask you this question. How sure are you that Poch wants those players you've just listed? You're not sure. I'm quite sure you're not sure. I'm confident you're not sure whether he's asked for them. It's absolute nonsense. Those rumors are absolute nonsense. We've heard before that Poch actually is willing to work with Romelu Lukaku. Didn't we? We heard that before. So there's no telling you. I wouldn't conclude that Poch is being biased with you could say you could say paying attention to the reports of all the Argentine players that have been linked with a move to Chelsea Football Club. Heard by Logan, oh no, I will stick to Jackson Broya instead of him. It's as simple as that. I would prefer we pay 100 million and keep Colwell, but let's see what the club does. Chelsea could get Belgium. Who? Belgium Sesko? Are you talking about Benjamin Sesko? We were linked with a move with him, but he extended his stay. What club again? What club does he play again? Is he Red Bull? Red Bull Salzburg? What was I've forgotten. Everyone has realized that okay, support was given to clubs in terms of FFP. This is last window, and everyone is going to throw around money. Caicedo is on radar of many, and Brighton knows that. So, okay, I think we'll still get that one over the line. Okay, thank you for saying that. Are you for sure, not sure, or for sure? Just go away. You know I don't like you. You keep coming at me. But let's see. Sesko just joined Leipzig. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for saying that, Rito. I appreciate you. Sesko left Leipzig, Salzburg for Leipzig. Okay, thank you. But he's not coming to us. He's not available. I think we were linked with a move for him. Was it last summer transfer window? But that did not materialize. Probably because we weren't that serious. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 110 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 200 likes as soon as possible. We still have some time to go before the show ends. Let's see what else we have lined up here. All right. This is just give me 1 second. Let me. Right, thank you for being patient for just 3 seconds. This here says, let me see, let me read it out for you. It says, Moises Caicedo, I think that's Moises Caicedo speaking about Kendry Pice, the young Ecuadorian that we signed. I think he's 16 now. How old is he actually? I don't remember. It says, Kendry Pice is a crack. The truth is, there are times where I watch Independiente, independent games. I think it's independent data. That person wants to say it there. It's good to see those talents in Ecuador because we know we have very good youth. I am very happy for him for everything. Only what I can tell him is keep on the right track, doing things really well. He's going to go really far. I'm glad we signed him. He's such a talent. At under 20, I think. He became the youngest player ever to play in the under-20 competition because he's just 16, I think at most 17. But I'm glad we signed him, and we're hearing for his fellow Ecuadorian talking how good he is. I didn't know he joined Leipzig too. Let's see. I want to know if Chelsea have signed Vlahovic. No, we haven't. I think the most I've seen rumors are that we have an offer. We've put in an offer for him. But there's no clarity to that. What that means. Nothing says we've made a bid for him. If anything, I'm seeing that as if we've offered him. We have a contract offer on the table for him, the individual, not Juventus as a selling club. But let's see what happens. But it sounds as if we're really serious about signing him. And DJ knows. I think he's talked about him, saying we should keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that one. That it may well end up happening. But let's see what we have here. Kachila, I like your confidence so much. If we had that confidence last season, we wouldn't be fighting relegation. That is just me. And believe me, this is not just me being a Chelsea fan. Beyond that, I'm trying to be as subjective as possible. I've looked at you can say circumstances before coming to that conclusion. Honestly, and I'm still going to say this. I think we'll do well. We'll do better than a lot of people expect us to do. How well? That's one thing I cannot tell you right now. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 115 likes. Let's keep beefing that up. Let's see if we can get to 200. Sounded like a Kendrick Pies on crack. Yeah, that I think they are, because they're quoting, they're not paraphrasing. They're quoting Moises Caicedo, so they tried not to change it. Probably that's a chance they use. There's a chance they use a translator actually, a translation tool, because it just came out. You see, it has quote actually, so they're quoting him. They haven't changed anything, and his English is not, it isn't perfect, but he's able to communicate. So we. I can't stop laughing. Can you please stop doing this to me? Okay. This says never heard that saying. Yeah, is a. Oh my goodness! Even beyond what you said, there's something else that comes to mind if you're American, or if you're well acquainted with the languages used in America and what they mean. But I hate you right now, Constantine. That you stop doing this to me. Jackson says, Jackson CFC says, Coach, you would need to summon your fortitude today. I have to. I think I agree with you. Like, what is that? Chukwuemeka must play this season. O'Neal Diaz, it comes down to the manager, but I think it's good enough. In a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, where maybe I'm not too sure where he fits in there. Maybe in a 3-4, 2-1, he can play as one of the 2-8 from what I've seen. But let's see how the manager can find. If the manager likes him, if it's good enough, the manager can actually find a place for him. It's as simple as that. Everything comes down to Mauricio Pochettino. Big up to you, Santiago Muno. Always nice to see you, brother. Chelsea level, Balogun has more experience than him. Really? You mean more experience than Jackson? Is that what you're saying? Although a squad equal to the average player too. Okay, some argument right there. But always nice to see you, Santiago Muno. I hope you're doing well. Coffee shop, some say. Let's see, what else do we have here? Big up to you too, brother Santiago. Always nice to see you, brother. And we will know Kendrick's nickname. I'm not reading that. Not you and I this time. Broya's level has dropped. No, I wouldn't say that. I get it. He's been out for a while for the serious injury, but he's still very young and probably will overcome that more than quicker than a lot of older players would. Broya has been injured and did not get his chances. He's good, but I think he gets a chance now. He's been training with them for a few days now. We have to do all we can to get Caicedo, Collington. I think I agree with you. Caicedo will probably be one of our best signings this transfer window, and that's why we're pushing. I don't think Chelsea will walk away from that deal. I think we may well see, you could say, a saga similar to that of Enzo Fernandez, but I think we'll end up getting him. That's because we're pushing and we're serious. I think we need him, and rumors are that the manager wants him. What's his name? Mauricio Pochettino likes him. I think we'll get him. We'll do everything because too much on wings maybe. I'm not too sure what to make of that. Let's see the next item we have lined up. And once more, I want to appeal to those of you that are watching, but for one reason or the other are not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you for finding the time to watch alone. That does go a long way for the community. But if you can, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're edging closer to 13,000 subscribers. Right now, we're at 12,870 subscribers. So I appreciate all the effort from those in the chat, your contributions. We keep it interactive here whenever I have the energy to do so. And it's gone a long way for the growth of the community. Do you forgive Broya's selfishness against Brentford? Yeah, if I can't quite recall what happened on the day. He's so young. How old is he? He's so young. So such things can abound. again are common with players at this age of his in his age within his age bracket, if that makes sense. Yes, coach, you're right. If we end next season 11th, we make progress and do better than everybody expects. Just go away. Let's see what else we have here, coach. If CFC walk away, they definitely will have a plan B. Should not be overpaying. I think I agree with you, but it doesn't look like we're going to walk away from the Caicedo deal. You can argue that may well happen because, yeah, there's still a long way to go in the transfer window, but you never know. But thank you for saying that, JC. Coach, was that your doorbell? No. And who been ringing my doorbell at 5:25 a.m.? I will not answer the door, except if I have a visitor coming from outside the country and they're playing land. You can say lands to this early, then yeah, and I'm expecting them. I will not answer the door seriously. Big up, coach, and everyone. Seaman 254, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Thank you so much. All right, this one here says that strikers have to display a level of selfishness sometimes. Sometimes they have to. You could argue, but I don't like it. I prefer non-selfish strikers, but in certain situations, if strikers are a bit selfish, I think they'd actually do better. But that could end up hurting. You could say hurting the team. I get it. Let's say, for instance, Eden Hazard. I know he is not a striker. Had he been more selfish when he was at Chelsea, he'd be a Ballon d'Or contender at the time. But you can see at the same time, as much as good as he is and able to take you can say to pull a rabbit out of the hat to help the team win games. He's capable of dribbling all day, but in most cases you can say he often you can say he's not selfish. Let me just for lack of a better term, let me just say he's not selfish, even though he's good enough to be if he wants to. But I don't know. I had to use that example to say, and I liked him like that. Had it been more selfish, chances are we would actually do worse. We won't do as good as we did when he was still with us, if that makes sense. Yeah. So this says, Moises, we've read that one. I think we have to switch to the next item we have lined up. Let's see what else we have here. Natalia Chelsea will pay 90 million and 10 million as add-on for Caicedo. Okay, is that happening? Sterling going to take, okay, let's see what else we have here. I back Broya. There's a saying that you don't know a good thing until you lose it. Brighton would develop him and sell him for 100 million. And there are other clubs interested in signing him, actually. There aren't shortage of clubs willing to take him from us, even after the long-term injury. I have to tell you that. In my opinion, Broya should go to Strasbourg alone. After big injury, banging goes, get his touch back. And I don't really think he's good enough for us yet. Okay. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go along with 122 likes. You people are absolute legends, and I appreciate you all. Okay, here on sense of Vlahovic, we should pay at most 80 million and 10 million add-ons. Okay, I was thinking you were going to say we should pay whatever it takes to get him. Like I'm saying, I don't think we'll pay that much money. I forget what's being quoted in the media. I think we'll pay a lot less. But let's see. Let's see. Why would Caicedo not go to a club where he can play Champions League football? Probably because he likes Chelsea and because he has a good relationship with one of who was that? The scouts that helped Brighton find him. I can't quite recall who that is. Is it Win Stanley? I don't remember the story quite well. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 122 likes. Let's get the likes up. Ken Sudaf says, I think we should check on this guy called Wilmore Barrios. I don't know him, I have to be honest, and I'm not into pretending I know players when I don't. But yeah, if you feel like I should research him and talk about him, send me an inbox with his name. So yeah, I'm alone now, handling 5 screens in total. So I don't think I'd have time to jot that down, or maybe I'd have to come back to the video again. Let's see what else we have here. I don't know. You saw difference when you saw that word there, and something else came to mind. But that's why anyway, we'll move on from that. Mauricio Pochettino is a super big fan of Paulo Dybala, but the focus now at Chelsea is on Moises Caicedo, and that's why I've said I think we're paying too much attention to it. It just seems as if we're not actually looking at any other player but Moises Caicedo. That to me shows how much we want him, which means I don't see us walking away from this deal. So let's read it the report completely, and they're quoting Fabrizio Romano. It says, Mauricio Pochettino is a super big fan of Paulo Dybala, but the focus now at Chelsea is on Caicedo. It's crucial to understand this. Also, Chelsea are trying things less random this summer. Yeah, we don't want to just randomly be signing players for the sake of it. Less negotiating for 5-7 players at the same time. That could lead to mistakes. Do things step by step and focus on the top targets first of all. So I like that. I like this part that says a focus on the top targets, which means we'll be aiming to sign our first choices. I really do like that. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have to see Broya during the preseason, as we have a lot of friendly matches coming. I think this will be a better preseason than the last one, where we didn't play that much, but lots of traveling. Let's see. Santiago Muno is responding to someone there. And thank you for doing that. If you keep us sending players like Broya on loan, his confidence in the club would drop. And if he gets a chance, he leaves. And he would want to leave. That's why Colwell wants to speak to Poch to be sure that he has a place on the team. He and his team, as that picture making Sterling look like bigger than Caicedo. He probably is, if that's the case. But Caicedo is a little bit taller from what I'm seeing. I don't have a microscope to look even closer, but I think that's the case. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. 123 likes. Let's try and see if we can get it to 200 likes by the time the show ends. Let's see what else we have lined up here. This year, Reece James flew to Dubai after the season had ended, geared towards warm weather training, and has worked with a personal trainer. This has not gone unnoticed, and it is the type of example Pochettino likes to see being set. James, what a player. Again, I hope he becomes our captain someday, but right now, I think the rightful person to take on that mantle should be to become the next Chelsea captain should be Thiago Silva. And I think even if you give it to Reece James, I think he'll actually to give it to Thiago Silva. That's just my opinion. Colwell has noticed players declining on the bench and fears such position. For me, I think the main thing is that probably he prefers to remain at Brighton than return. That is just my opinion. Wilmar Barrios, he played for Zenit St. Petersburg. Okay, is a Brazilian and believe me, he's really good. Okay, I have to check him. If you're on Twitter, please send me a message so I can check him out. And if you're watching us on Twitter, please do subscribe so you don't miss it whenever we go online. We stream on Twitter and on we used to stream on Facebook too until somebody sabotaged our account. We stream on YouTube and Twitter, and I think one more place. Where's the other place? And Twitch also. But if you can follow us, if you're watching on Twitter, that would go a long way. And if you're in the chat, if you haven't followed us on Twitter, please do that. Big up to you, Namaya Fawale. I appreciate you joining. He understands the link up between front two. Okay. Thank you, Stalin. 1.70, Caicedo 1.78. Yep, like I said, from that picture, it seems that Caicedo is a bit taller. Kepa is taller than both. Okay, thank you for saying that, PC. Big up to the channel, to Chelsea fans. Big up to you too, Lucky Scene. And Lucky Scene, are you subscribed to our sister channel, Chelsea Soccer Perspective? If you haven't, please do that, because we'll be talking about all clubs there once we have a complete panelist. Asfi Bye-bye, yeah, what a player. that got me emotional too, but I was able to hold my tears back. One weather training, yeah, right. You don't believe that will make a difference? Not yet. Milan wants Pulisic. I think that deal is done according to reports we've addressed here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 124 likes. Let's get the likes up to 150 and shoot for 200. Reece James, one of the only loyal academy players. You couldn't argue that. But overall, that's your opinion. What else do we have lined up here? Let's see. I want to close that. It's giving away something I have lined up to address next. Let's see, before we move on from that, let's see what else we have in the chat here. All right, 100 million plus for Caicedo is just too much, and we should not forget this. This is his first season for Brighton. Majority of the players, all the clubs signed from Brighton are all flops. Okay, and coach, is it possible that Pulisic was in a Milan motel? Please be merciful, JC. Don't put me into trouble. Okay, just a conversation there. Let's see what else we have there. Stays. I'm not gonna do that with you guys now. Just Caicedo on his future. He says he's waiting whatever God decides, because I know he knows what's best for me. Oh, South American, very spiritual, and not surprising to me. So let's see what else we have lined up here. I want us to round up as soon as possible. 126 likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go along. Right, according to Bobby Vincent, Brighton are demanding around 18 million for Moises Caicedo, but Chelsea would rather pay that in installments instead of a one-off fee. Okay, now that sounds like the reason, more, you can say, tangible reason why there's a delay. You can say it's looking like both clubs are slow in negotiation. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes still go along. Well, let's see what else we have lined up here before we call it a day. There's a very realistic possibility, if Chelsea did sign top goalkeeper, that Kepa will then also want to leave the club. I hope so. Again, I wouldn't want him to stay on the bench. I think it's he may well join out the club and things will work out for him. But let's see. I think Kepa is a good goalkeeper. But do I think we can do better than him? That's how I feel. I think with that, people, we've come to the natural end of the show. I appreciate you all. And like I've said, whether we have panelists here or not, believe me, I enjoy interacting with you as long as we keep the topics aligned. And thank you for DJ and IPZ. Both of them found time to join me on the panel. I appreciate them both. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Anything else to talk about before we call it a day? Yes, let Kepa go. I wouldn't mind him leaving. Let's see. The end. Yep, the end. We have to end now. And almighty. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much, Jackson CFC Brianna. I appreciate you saying that, brother. Thank you. Thanks to you. And thanks to Constantine Dante. And thanks to Chelsea all the way. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you to thank you to Jackson. I've said that. Thank you to O'Neill. Thank you to JC. Thank you to Ken. Where's Ken? I think I highlighted your comment. Thank you to Ken Sadaf. Thank you to Nemaya Fawale Lakisin. Every other person, Santiago Muno. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And bye. I might need to join on the panel, Coach, if need panelists. We need panelists. Just hit me up on Twitter, and I'll add you to the panelist group. Thank you so much, Santiago Muniz. I appreciate you all, brother, and thank you for always supporting and for always helping answer questions in the stream, on the stream. I appreciate that. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.